What is up, everybody? It is Saturday night and I just went to the car wash and I washed the Type R and it actually came out pretty clean. One thing though that I do not like is how foggy these headlights are. So I'm gonna make a video to restore them and you guys can watch it. Here we go.
So like I said, it cleaned up actually really well. Like really well. So I'm gonna have a little bit of restoration to do underneath here for now. I think I'm gonna have it dry ice blasted, honestly. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get a new valve cover. No qualms there. I'm gonna get a VTEC solenoid cover, like I don't know, one of the brand ones. I don't know what I'm gonna get yet. I do want to get a Mugen thermostat fan switch, just so the fans come on a little cooler, just makes everything run cooler. Really probably not needed on this thing. This thing is kind of like got a lot of ashiness to it, you know, like you can see, like it's really gray ashy. So I think if I just take and like really just wipe it down, let it cool down and wipe it down, a lot of this will come off, because just pressure washing the head, a lot of it came off. So I might have to take the intake off and stuff like that. But first things first, these headlights. One of the most iconic parts of this car, being a JDM car, is these headlights. They're black housing, they're HID from the factory, they're really expensive. These ones are mint condition, they just need polished. When these cars sit over there waiting to be imported to America, they just sit outside all the time. They're just cars over there, right? So until us Americans grab life by the horns and you know, get these cars over here and start taking care of them, they just sit over there and they just, you know, I mean, this car's got some definite signs of that. I don't know if you guys can see the blotchiness in the fenders. I think this side's a little bit worse. Yeah, you can see like where there was a shadow even. Does that, you guys can see that? Yeah, it's unfortunate these cars get mistreated like that over there. You can see this headlight is not nearly as bad as this one. So for maybe for part of its life, it had a cover or something over the front, or who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna actually probably gonna get the paint touched up on the bumper. I'm gonna get a new lip. I didn't notice until just today that we have some sort of markings here on this here. I don't know if there's a decal there or something that they took off. So I do know this mirror needs folded out the rest of the way. But yeah, I'm gonna freshen up the paint on this bumper. I'm gonna get a new lip, because this lip is not off this car. It had like a different lip on it, I'm sure, before they imported it. I'm gonna get that squared away. I'm definitely gonna get a wing. I don't know if I'm gonna get just a regular Type R, or I'm gonna get the Mugen Type 1 or Type 2. I don't know yet. But as you can see, this car is really nice shape. Like, the camera's showing a lot more discoloration in the seats, but that's just shadows and stuff. But it is. I think someone over there had a Mugen badge here, because it's a perfect impression of a Mugen badge going across there. And same on the hood. Yeah, you guys can see that perfectly. See, it said Mugen Power right there. Isn't that crazy? So they probably took all that stuff off to import it. But yeah, I'm gonna get all that stuff touched up. Then I'm gonna take it to Chris Alexander in Oklahoma. He's our detail guy on performance detailing. He takes care of all of our cars, so he'll do a full paint correction on this here. I don't know what all that entails. I think it has detoxing and paint correction and polish, and then he will ceramic coat it for me. And I think at that point, with all the little things I'm going to touch upon it, it's going to be driver quality for me for sure. You know, I'm not looking for the most perfect car, because I'm going to drive this. It's my daily driver. Like literally, I've been driving this thing every day, and it's awesome because I think I'll put $30 in it and it still has half a tank, like almost a week later. Like, yeah, 6 days later. So if I can just get her cleaned up to where I'm happy with it, we're gonna enjoy this thing. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do here is I got some paper here.
That's some sanding paper. I got 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and 3,000. So we're gonna start by masking this off. I'm probably just gonna pull this grill off with the Phillips. I'm gonna mask all this headlight off where I don't want to. A, I don't want to get it with the sandpaper, and B, I don't want to get it with the polisher. So yeah, and I might tape a little bit off too, just so we don't get rubbing compound everywhere. So that's first things first. So I took the grill off the Type R, and right here, we literally have Japanese soil. So I didn't realize it until just now, but when you import a car from Japan, you might also buy a little bit of land in Japan. You might own a little land in Japan. Isn't that cool? So I'm gonna start with 1,000. I just take a water bottle and poke just a really tiny hole in there so you can just spray, because you want to keep it wet or else you'll burn the plastic. And that's why I'm doing it by hand, is just to show how slow you can go and still get a good job done. Because typically I would just get my little handheld like battery powered sander out, but I'm gonna do it this here so we can just get it good on film, do a good job. I can't tear these headlights up because I can't afford another set. That's working good already. So when you're doing the 1,000 grit, that's what you're after, is just a really nice, even, non-yellowed cloudy. And when I go to paint this bumper, I'll probably remove it to paint it, then I'll pull these off and I'll clear coat them when I clear coat the bumper. I'll probably hit them with the, repolish them and clear coat them, but I just can't live with them this yellow. Can't do it. That's gonna be it for 1,000. I really like how that turned out. It's very nice and level and clear now. So now basically what we do is we start polishing with sandpaper, right? So next we'll go 3,000, 2,000, 1,500 next. What the 1,500 is going to do is get the 1,000 grit sanding scratches out. Then we'll go to 2,000, that'll relieve the 1,500 scratches, and just keep going. And then we'll polish out of the 3,000 with the compound. And as you can see there, it's not as cloudy. We're starting to bring it back out. And what we're looking for is when this is wet, which it's not really doing it right now, but when it's wet, whatever looks like wet is what it's going to look like polished. So we're trying to get it just as nice as we can. As you can see, it don't take much because plastic is soft. There you go. Now you can see it wet and what it's looking like. I think we're already better than when we started, so that's good. And on the 3,000 grit, you can really sand a bunch because it ain't taking much off. So that way you can make sure you get it nice and fine. Now, this looks really good to me. So now I'm gonna get some polish and put on here. And yeah, we're gonna get after it. So what I'm using is, this is just our normal clear coat polish. This is our number 2. I'm not going to use the number 1 because it is pretty aggressive and I don't want to overheat the plastic. So I'm going to start with the number 2. I got a little snap-on cordless polisher with a Velcro pad on. The pad is black. It corresponds with the cap because the number 2 system is black, so you don't get the sponges mixed up. But yeah, I'm going to hit this little spot and we'll see what it looks like, and if I need to do any more sanding or polishing or what have we got to do here. One of the mistakes that beginners do when they're polishing and they're not paying attention is they don't understand
that the sponge isn't doing the polishing. The sponge is only carrying the material. So you have to keep it wet. And by keep it wet, you'll see what I'm talking about. I keep plenty of polish on the part. And if I start losing the polish, if it starts drying or just runs out because it's dissipated, then we put more on. Because the sponge will tear this thing up in a heartbeat if it's dry. But the sponge with the polish on there is actually a lubricant for the sponge, but the polish has grit on it, like almost like toothpaste when it polishes. So I just take and just kind of, if I was just to go and just put it on the pad and blast it, it's just going to fling everywhere. So I just kind of like to spread it around a little bit, plus that way I can kind of see what I have for polish. And literally, I go easy with it, no pressure. The key to this is no pressure. Just let the polish do its thing. Let the polisher move. Let the speed run. Just don't apply pressure, because that's when you dry the sponge. You put the corner of the sponge down. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it kind of flat, little bite of an edge. You'll see. So you see how it kind of ran out of polish? That's when I stop. I'll give it a wipe down, because that's polished. As you can see, that looks brand new, like brand new. So that's what we're after. I'm excited now. I'm probably gonna go a little bit more just to make sure we got it. And then there is a number 3 I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do that by hand, I think. So you can see this bad boy is crystal clear, looks brand new, and that's not even the final stage. And just as comparison, that's what it looked like when we started. It wasn't quite as bad. This one's obviously a little bit worse, but in just no time at all, look how clear we got this bad boy. That's this new really nice microfiber cloth that Whip and Wally gave me, and it's blue, and our new compound is blue. This is our number 3, and this is the ultra fine. It says machine polish. I do a lot of it by hand, just so you can just kind of rub it how you need to, and it will really brighten this up. You just take your time, and the more you rub on it with this number 3 on there, literally the brighter it's going to get and the better it's going to look. So literally your labor will pay off on this. And that's what a restored Integra Type R headlight looks like. So 1 down, 1 to go. But I'm going to take a candy bar break here.
I think this is gonna be just right for what I'm trying to do here. Those bad boys look clear, fresh, and good. That's gonna be it for tonight. I appreciate everyone watching this video. Hopefully just watching me work on an Integra is entertaining enough, because it's been a long time since I've been in this saddle. So stay tuned. I'm gonna do a bunch of videos on this car just because it is a rare car and it's rare for me to work on a Honda, and I want my audience to see this side of me too, that I can work on the little zip zaps. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to visit our store, jessiesstore.com. We have a bunch of merch, a bunch of parts. And again, thanks for watching.